Hello everyone, this is Soul Sweeper 17 here. Let me say this like usual. I do not own the Black Clover or Fairy Tail characters, manga, anime, nothing. I do not even own this picture. This is a non-paid video or program, whatever. This is just for fun. This is a what if and it's only for fun. Alright, let me get into the explanation of this. This is a redo of it. I accidentally deleted it, the part 2. So yes, this is what if Asta was had fire dragon slayer magic, part 2. Alright, so everything's not gonna be 100% the same when I had it. Alright, okay. So it's a month and a half. Asta and Yuno have been training. Yuno's been training with his grimoire, with his wind, and Asta has been training with his fire to keep the flame very low. Not to show how powerful he really is, to keep it a secret. Mostly because he doesn't want people to know. He will be able to use Dragon Force. Oh yeah, I made other videos ahead of time, so I may be repeating the video and what I say in like part 3, part 4. It's just because I'm just saying this now. Just know what I say in here is because I also said it in them, so please understand that. And thank you. So yeah, he's gonna be working on Dragon Force, trying to get, but that's gonna be in like I think video 3. I say it, but he knows about Dragon Force. That's all I'm saying. He knows about it, and he's gonna be trying to work at it. But first, he wants to get more of his flame control better, his fire control. So yeah. So after a month and a half, Asta are gonna leave. They're just gonna walk. Well, Asa's stronger, faster. So, it won't take that long to get there. Probably less time. They leave the 3 days earlier. Because, doesn't know how strong... he knows how strong Asa is, but he doesn't know if they'll be able to make it in time there. So they leave 3 days early. The kid does say to Asta that he thought Asta needed a grimoire and everything else, and he didn't really know about his fire was that strong, how powerful Asta really is. But kind of fire, another fire wielder like him, we can't have the same type of flame. Asta just tells him, well, you need a grimoire. My magic, well, it's a little bit more unique. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, guy. I don't know the kid's name, so let's just say he just says, sorry to him. And he says, I understand, but you can come to Magic Night. Don't forget about us, he says. And I just grin and say, never. We're family. Alright. And yeah. So, they get there, do the walk and everything else. And they get there like a couple of... I think they get there like, I want to say like an hour early. Oh, by the way, I think in their video I said how high and what Asta is acting like this in this series. He doesn't. Let's just say I'm just gonna repeat it. I'm just gonna repeat it right here. This is so it's a repeat. He's not gonna yell as much as he's done in this anime in the canon. He's gonna be more like chill sometimes and acts like Natsu. He has a mixture between Natsu and his self in canon, but he only yells when he's angry. He will have those moments where he'll act like Natsu. He's like almost the same height as but his hair is he's tall enough to, let's say, like nose or like head. His hair gives him an extra height, everything else. And yeah, the clothing will be a mixture between Asta's and Natsu's. But I'll think about something. Well, I already made it in part 4 what he'll have. I think it was part 4. Yeah. So I already gave him certain things. So understand that, please. Um, I think I'll just give a quick explanation of what I did in one video. Maybe in part 3 of what he is like, or part 4. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just really upset that I deleted this part. So, yep. Alright, that's it. You know, they're at the place on top of the hill in Lincoln Canyon. Does it's first that if I ever become Wizard King, I'll think about letting you live there. And then Asta tells him, when I'm Wizard King, I'll let you live there and everyone else from the church. And then they both just grin and just go down. So, people from the Clover Kingdom see these two guys just walk in. They're thinking, oh, they're gonna become Magic Knights because one has a grimoire, but the other one doesn't. People are confused. Some girls are looking at thinking he's royalty because, well, he's got nothing more to say. And then people see Asta. Like I said, he's has personality wise, and he looks a little bit like Natsu too. But yeah. So girls are wondering about Asta, why he doesn't have a grimoire. So one rich girl, let's say a royal girl. I just want to put this in there just because I'm gonna put like some fillers in. I'm gonna want to make this into an actual series with some filler parts. So yeah, let's just say it's the Magic King. The Clover Kingdom's daughter, the Clover King's daughter. Yeah, she comes up to Asta and asks him. Let's just call her Marina, 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 or Mary. Yeah, let's call her Mary. Mary asks him, "Where's your grimoire?" And then Asta says, aren't you supposed to introduce who you are before you ask me a question?" And then she realized what she just did. So she says, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My name is Mary." Then Asta just says, "My name is Asta. It's a pleasure to meet you." So she's kind of doesn't understand why he's acting so polite. Because he doesn't know she's royalty, and also doesn't really care if she is or not, because he treats everyone like this in this version. So when she goes, "It's a pleasure to meet you too," then he just says, "Well, to answer your question, I don't need a grimoire. My magic doesn't need none. Hopefully that's enough, and that's all the information you can get out of me." And then he walks away, he catches up to and then he just holds out his hand, and then with his flame coming out of his fingers, he just says bye. Like what Natsu did to Stinger and Rogue by saying come on with the flames. Yeah, he does that too. He does that. Her friends did walk up to her before he did that, and they saw it, and it's just they're kind of amazed by it, but they were still wondering. Like they ask her where's his grimoire, and she just says he doesn't need one. So yeah, pardon me. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, okay, so they get over to the arena. They're cheering and everything on, and congratulate them on going to become Magic Knights. And Julius already informed everyone at the place. If you hear a guy named Asta, let him in. Just let him in. He does not need no grimoire. His magic is too powerful to be need one. no grimoire could ever have it, contain that much power or something. Even the Magic Knights were told, the Magic Knight captains were told about him just because they just say, if you see no one with a grimoire, do not, consider him to be weak. He is stronger, probably stronger than most of you. And then he looks at Fergolion and tells him he's even stronger than you, Fergolion. He had a boyfriend the day before the Magic Knights exam. So yeah. But Julius sends Asta. And so he's coming down to it. He's coming down to the Magic Knight exam. So yeah. So the whole entire thing, when they're getting registered happens, when everyone freaks out about him, having a fourth leaf grimoire. And let's just say the haha guy is looking at Asta thinking, oh, he's gonna be weak, or he's not gonna get in because he has no grimoire. Then when he goes up, they ask for his name. He says, my name is Asta. And they just look at him and they say, oh, Asta, we've been expecting you. It's good that you came here today. You can go right in. They hand him everything. Like, they write down everything for him. And haha guys just going like, what? They've been expecting him? People heard this. Been like, what? He has no grimoire. Why is he going in? What did that guy mean? They've been expecting him. So yeah. So with the whole time birds and everything going around, the birds can't sense Asta's magic, but the heat around him is pretty hot, and because of they may sense Igneel in him. Yeah, I think I had them in the part 2 original. They could sense the soul of Igneel too in him, but let's just say it's mostly because of the heat. No, yeah, I had with Neru, with dragon. Yeah. All right. Yeah, she was afraid of him. Yeah, now I remember this part. So, birds, everyone around, everyone, all the people besides, and Asta. He doesn't. No one can sense his magic until he shows it. The only one who ever senses magic is Julius, because, well, Julius time magic basically. Yeah, I can't think of a way how Julius could not sense his magic. All right. But yeah. So Nero comes flying to Asta. She sits on his head. She did feel the heat, and she's thinking, what's with this kid? Why he has no grimoire? What does he feel like? She knows about the anti-magic demon, basically, because of part 1 I gave him the mark, where the anti-magic demon has given him. And yes, this is like, anti-magic demon is a part of Asta. Like, he is like literally a part of him, and he is in the grimoire too. But it's like he has a human host, but then if Asta dies, he'll still be in the grimoire still, so he's good. He will not die. But yeah. So Nara lands on his head, and Asta just doesn't really care. But Neru is kind of like shaking a little. She's like thinking, this kid, this pressure around him, it just feels off. And why do I feel like why do I have these instincts telling me to run away from him or fly away? So Asta just grabs Neru. And Neru, he has her in her hand, and she's just like shaking. And Asta just says, hey there, little one. Why are you shaking? Cold or something? She just nods her head. And he was like, you hungry then? And then Neru just nods her head. Like, rapidly. So he brought out, like, some, like, bread or bird seed. let's say it's birdseed. He had a pouch with him because also does like to, he goes in the woods a lot and always carries some feed on him. So, like corn on him or something, just so he can feed some of the animals, just to show that he's friendly and not like a threat. So, all these birds that are flying around people's, and it's like a really big bag too, and the birds see all this, so they all go flying towards him. Everyone's like wondering what, and then they see the bag of like just like feed on him, and like, oh, why does he have that on him? Knows, so he sighs and he's like, he never leaves it, does he? So, just walks over to Asta and just says, you carry that with you every single time when you go out, do you? And Asta just says, yeah, it comes in handy when you're trying to make friends with the animals. So none of them try to attack you or anything for no reason. Like, then just says like deers and rabbits and bears or something. So then Asta just says, you never know. I like to be careful. Then just walks away. So he starts throwing half of it onto the ground, and actually he throws more than half of it onto the ground, and the rest is for Naru. She just starts pecking away at it, basically, and getting hungry because she hasn't eaten in so long, and she's just like full. Well, it's gone in a couple of seconds. He goes, "Wow, you have a big appetite. So you want to hang around with me and everything else? Just asking, to be friends if you want to hang around." Naru nods, and then he tells all the other birds, "That's all. Really, I'm sorry. I had to give the rest to this one, as I promised. So I hope you guys can understand." And they just all nod their heads. And then let's just say, they kind of put all their wings up, and then back down, and then up again. And let's just say that's how the birds are just waving by. And they just fly back up and go around the same people that they were. And Naru's just back on Asta's head. He just puts her back there. And this is where Yami saw it. Yami, Fenrir, and the poison magic guy. Ghosh. I don't know him. Know his name very well. It's hard for me to remember people's names. Please understand that. So yeah. They saw that because Fenrir told Yami all those birds are just on the ground, like pecking at the feed, and he's just talking to this bird. And then, Yami came over right when Naru was on his head. And he goes, and, he was mainly interested, so that's why he's walking over, because Fenrir did say he has no grimoire. So Yami comes over to him, and he asks, "Hey kid, what's your name?" He goes, "My name's Asta." Then he goes, "Well, Asta, you're not gonna have any luck getting into the magic nights if you don't have a grimoire." And then Asta just looks at him like he's pissed and just says, "I don't need a grimoire with this type of magic I have. Understand?" And Yami's just thinking this kid got some guts talking to me like this. And that's when all the Magic Knight captains are about to come out. And, Yami goes away and he says, "You're lucky." And Asta says, "No, you are." And yeah, basically, Fergolion does give his freaking speech, and the Golden Dawn's captain does give magic brooms, but everyone is shocked that the Wizard King is there. Though, before they even started the freaking magic broom scene test, the Wizard King came down to Asta. And he says, "Hello there, young man." And Asta takes a sniff, and he goes, "Well, hello to you too, again, old man." And then the Wizard King just starts laughing. Everybody thinks, including the Magic Knight captains, think that he just insulted him. And he goes, "Well, that should be expected. Yeah, we met one time before, and you did probably get a good whiff of me, of my scent. He goes, well, yeah, of course. I got the nose of a dragon, so, you know, everything else is improved too. He goes, yeah, that is true. And, he goes, he just tossed to us, so basically saying, I'm glad you took my advice and tried to become a magic knight. Even though you don't have a grimoire, I believe you can become a great magic knight. Maybe even a captain, or even more. What your dream is. And he goes, yeah, I think I did tell him. I think I did say, Asta did tell him about me. He wanted to become Wizard King. But if not dead, um, if not then, I wanted to, but I don't know if I did in the first part of the video. I think I did say he wanted to become the Wizard King. So yeah, let's just go with if I didn't, then I want to add that in, and yeah. So then he says, yes, I know, but it takes a lot of work, and also says, well, I'm ready for it. Any day of the week, I'll do a mission even by myself. And everyone just looking at Asta. Every Magic Knight, at the Magic Knight test, Wizard is looking at him, even including the captains. Some captains are thinking he's full of himself, but Yami, Fagolion, the Silver Eagles captain, and the Golden Dawn can tell that he's being serious. He's not full of himself. And Julius just tells him, well, I like your spirit. That's one thing that you need. Then he looks at all the Magic Knight captains and saying, this boy is the one who I was talking about. He has no need for a grimoire. And to prove it, I will have Fagolion to battle him as an extra test for him. Fagolion just studs up and says, I will not fight a boy who has no grimoire. His magic is weak then, without grimoire to amplify or even control it. And then Asha says this, who needs a grimoire? I don't need it, and you don't know me. So, don't act like you're better than me just because you're a captain. People here can have magics that are probably even more stronger than yours, but they just need to work at it more. Heck, even some of the captains up there could be better than you, but have less experience than you. I don't know for sure. I'm not trying to insult you, I'm just saying looks can be deceiving. Then Fagolion does make a little smirk, and he does say, well, I apologize then. I should not have judged you just because you have no grimoire. I can see it already. Even without your magic, there's a fire blazing around you. And I should have not underestimated you. Asta says, it's no problem. He grins then too, and then says to the Wizard King, Julius, basically saying, sorry about that, Wizard King. Julius says, no, just have a good time here, show us what you're made of, and don't hold back. He just nods his head, but he will say, I will have to hold back though a little. Until I get to the captain. And Julius is kind of grinning, and Yuno is just grinning too. So yeah, basically, haha guy comes up to Asta. He thinks so. The Wizard King was just, lying just to make this non-magic, probably grimoire guy, just make him look a little bit more entertaining or tougher. So he says, I'll be with you and help you out. Excuse me, again. I burped, sorry. So Asta just says, okay. So flying test. With he just says, I don't really need it. He just goes up in the air and just then hovers with his flames. And then he puts out a little bit of flames and just starts flying around. think when I just made him just jump and hover in part 3. I had him jump up and just go in there to get a boost up and see, move forward a little bit, then go back to the ground, just run the flames on him. But yeah, just letting you know he can do that. It's just that'll be like too freaking much magic he'll have to use. It does conserve a lot, so he just uses sparingly. Everybody's impressed. The haha guy is like going like what the, and then he just lands back on the ground and says, "Told you guys I don't need a grimoire." Everything else happens differently. I don't know every single other test, but let's just say the target present one, he just they tell him to make a ball of magic or something and just shoot it. Asta, let's just say he learned how to make like little fireballs or beams of fire out of his mouth and he just freaking roars. He's Dragon Slayer roar, and it shoots out and it breaks the target. But it's a small one, so it just hits the target and just burns right through it. So yeah. I think that was the last test before the combat one. So, combat test. Oh yeah, it does say the exact same speech, which kind of pisses off Asta a little. And he just says, he gives him the exact same speech about how his defenses are impenetrable and that nothing can go through them. But he doesn't know Asta. This Asta is 2 times stronger than what he was in the freaking canon. So even with not having the sword to cut through the magic, he's able to freaking punch right through it. His flames are that powerful. As I said in the first one, he can burn through other people's magic without the demon slayer. Without the demon magic, anti-magic demon. He's able to do that because his flames are that powerful, and it's not from that world, so no one can basically tell how hot they are. So yeah. So after he tells him that, he goes, alright. He just starts, everybody just seeing him just go down to, like, bend down, and let's just say the veins start popping out. Anyway, his muscles start getting tired and the veins start popping out, and then boom! They hear the ground break underneath his feet, and when he just freaking jumped forward, it broke right behind him, even more than it was in canon. Sorry. The captains know he doesn't have any speed. It's fire. So is he really this powerful or fast without using any like speed magic or something? Because he's a blur. No one sees him. Not even the captains. The Wizard King can though. And let's just say someone's been watching this. A girl. The Clover King's daughter, Mary. Yeah, she's watching this and she's shocked by this. So, and all you hear is just somebody saying, "Iron Fist of Dragon!" And boom, he just punches right through the magic beetle like bronze magic thing, and he just punches the guy in the stomach and sends him flying into the wall. And yes, I do make sound effects, so I may do that in a series of whatever videos. So yeah, it's a bad habit. I know. I can't help it. But yeah. And everyone is shocked. And he says, "That was me holding back." And then he looks at Fragolio and goes, "Well, is our match going to be now? Because I'm good. I'm ready to go." And Fragolion does jump down and says, "Okay, let's do this, kid." Oh yeah, sorry about that. That was my keys. But he does ask, though, he will ask Asta something. after the fight. So the Wizard King's saying, I will be the judge of this battle, so understand that. And Pugong says, alright. And Asta says, okay, I'm good with it. So they start to fight. Asta is just kind of just standing there. He's ready for anything. But then Fagolion uses his most powerful magic spell that he has in his grimoire at the moment. Let's just say it's a big giant lion that makes a big giant big giant blast of fire at Asta. Asta just takes it. Fagolion says, well, for him to think he could take me on, that I would recommend that you get yourself checked out when. And then all they hear is just this. So right at the end of that, they see all the fire just disappeared, and he just swallows it. It goes like, mm. And then he says, "Wow, your flames taste pretty good. No wonder why you're a magic knight captain. They really are strong and powerful, but yeah, the taste though, I didn't expect it to be that good." And like, what? Everyone's freaking out. Every magic knight captain's freaking out. The Wizard King's not. Well, Julius isn't. And then Fagoni goes, how? He goes, I was this mad. I'm a dragon slayer. Fire, may I point out. I can eat anyone's fire. Well, the element of fire I can eat. I basically can increase my strength of my flames even more and replenish my my magic. For many dragon moves I can use, say like Iron Fist of Dragon, Wings of Dragon, Tail of Dragon, not breath, Roar of Dragon. That uses my magic. I replenish it. So thanks. And then he gets down. Legs are the way he was just stand up like normal. He puts his left leg out a little bit more onto the ground, like he slid it. He just put his hand on the ground and says, Dragon Sicardar, spearhead. And he just launches himself forward, headbutts Frigolion in the stomach, and sends him flying. He's knocked out. He did not expect his flame speed that strong, or magic to be that strong. So yeah, everyone's shocked. Frigolion wakes up and he hears Asta has won. He walks over to Asta and says, I was wrong, the first time, and I still was wrong to underestimate you. You are strong indeed, and I do apologize for that. And he goes, yeah, I'm probably gonna get that a lot, but hey, thanks for apologizing. And then Frigolion says to him, it's my dream too to become Wizard King. And then Asta says, huh, same here. Same thing with my childhood friend, Yuno's walking over. Sorry. With that burp. And he looks at both of them and he says, well then, for this day 4, we're technically rivals to become Wizard King. All three of them grin. Everything goes like normal though. Every other person that was trying to become Magic Knight is wondering what the heck just happened. Clone with the Magic Knight captains. Yami just laughs at him. The Silver Dawn Eagle captain is thinking, he defeated my rival. I need him on my team. For one reason, if I can defeat him, then I can defeat Fagolion. So yeah. That's what he thinks, but yeah, after all that, everything happens the same. Gets picked. Everyone raises up their hand for him. He picks the Golden Dawn. And basically Asta gets Fagolion, the Silver Eagles captain, the Golden Dawn and Yami hand raised for him. Everybody is shocked. Julius is happy. They ask him, please make your decision, and Asta's thinking. And he just says, please. Then he just comes up with this idea because he doesn't know how well to word it, but he just says to them, all of them, please understand if I do not choose you, I have my reasons. And Fogolin goes, okay, are you gonna be on my group, of the Crimson Lions? And then Asta says, no, I'm gonna go with the Black Bulls. And then Fogolin like wondering why, but then Asta interrupts him before he can say anything, says, I'm strong. All of you are, strong. I heard about the Black Bulls, that they're the worst group of people, guild, Magic Knight's place to be in. I'm not very sure. I'm kind of a little bit tired. I just need to take a nap. I did not sleep well last night. I really am. It's starting to catch up to me right now. I am so sorry, everyone. But, he just says that, I want to start from the bottom up. I do not want to have success to me right away. I've been working hard my whole entire life because I had no magic. I was basically trained my whole entire life just to become strong. That's why. And Fogolion does sit back down, and he's very impressed with Asta. He goes, I like your spirit and your attitude. And I accept that. The Silver Eagle's just thinking, what does he mean by he trained his whole entire life? Nobody knows about Dragon Slayer magic besides Julius. And no, they know about Dragon Slayer magic because Asta, but they don't know how or what it really is. So Yami is just laughing and saying, I like this kid. He's not that bad. And so nothing happens like usual. He never ate that like freaking lizard, so he never has to go to the bathroom. They go over to the Black Bull's hideout or base operations, HQ, whatever. And he senses two people fighting in there. It's Magna and Locked. Magna, as soon as Asta opened the door, Magna had a fireball. Asta just fucking took it in the face. Sorry, I am gonna curse, but he took it in the freaking face, and he wasn't hurt by all. And then Yami just tells them all to freaking be quiet. We got a new member. Luck says, sees him. He goes like, oh, we have a new guy, huh? Do you want to fight? And Asta just tells him, all right, if you think you can take me on. He goes, says, I never lost. I'll never lose. I'll beat you. You're magic. You don't really have any. And then Asta just looks at him and goes, looks can be deceiving, pal. And Lux says, oh, I like you already. That look in your eyes says you're ready for anything. Magna, sees him, he's gonna act all tough. They say, let's give him the trial. But then Locke says, no, I'm giving the trial. So, they do the whole entire thing with the work, the exercise, physical exam, and everything. The trial by lightning or fire, whatever. That whole entire thing. That happens. Going on thinking he's gonna have to save Asta, but Locke, he doesn't know who's gonna win. So let's just say Locke does tell him, I'm gonna win, you're gonna lose, and then Asta says, I've only used my magic against you. He just uses physical strength. And so Locke gets a little bit angry at that, and then starts attacking him. Asta just sees him, he just dodges, and then Locke says, why are you dodging? Are you afraid of me? And he goes, no, but you are weak. I'll end this in one punch. And then he punches Locke in the stomach and knocking him out. So, they get his robe to him, saying you really are strong. And yeah, um, Noelle sees him. She says it's weird. He has no magic, but he's really strong. But he says he has magic. Huh. But says but he's still a cockroach. I just need to check on something real quick about from another video. Just need to check. So give me a couple minutes. Okay, I did find out where I stopped at. Yeah, okay. So Magna shows him the room. He does start cleaning it and everything else, but then he just passes out. Nero's still with him too. So yeah. So let's say the next day, Magna does come to Austin's room. He does see the pillar. He's like kind of like wondering what the heck. Magna does explain that this place keeps on changing around, so it will be kind of get confusing. Austin just says okay. So they give the tour. He's like explaining everything, and then like the beasts come around, and Asa kind of just cooks the meat a little bit for them, and they smell the meat, and then just take it from his hand without biting him. Amanda's just thinking, "Oh, how the hell did you? Well, how the heck did you?" And then Master says, "Well, cut the meat. Probably smell a little bit better to them." And I kind of, well, animals really don't like to harm me much for some reason, or they don't want to. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm just want to take a nap, but I want to make this video. Try to redo or remake it. What you want to say? Just try to make this video. So they give more of him the tour of the Black Bull's place, but then they meet Noelle. Noelle looks at Asta. He just goes like, "Hey, how are you?" And she goes like, "I'm royalty," and Asta goes like, "So? Like, it doesn't matter to me if you're royalty or not. We're human beings. It doesn't matter to me. Status doesn't matter." Noelle's kind of surprised by this, but Carrie does like goes like, "Okay, my name's Noelle," and he goes, "Was it that hard?" And she goes, "No." I goes, "That's good. So, it's nice to meet you." And she's like asking him questions about his you say you have magic, but I can't sense it. He goes, "Yeah, it's like I can make people sense it if I want them to, so he just closes his eyes and then she can sense this magic, so can Magna." And they're just shocked. She asks some more questions about him. He just tells him that he was trained by a dragon, the king of all dragons, king of all fire dragons. And, yeah, basically, he just gave it a quick rundown of it, just ignoring all the other details. He was like, wow. And then Magna is like shocked too. So basically, he gave a rundown of all his abilities too, and everything. So she does try to do the freaking water at Magna, but then he goes into the wall. Then she decides to quit. Magna then tells Asta because he has a look like one, like, "What's up?" He says, "Don't bother." But then, no, he just like walks away, grabs her, cloak, and then he hears the sound of water sounds of crashing. So he's seen it, and Nero's with him. He's just seen everything that's happening. And then he goes like, "Oh, don't tell me she's embarrassed just because she can't control her magic." So he comes out, and he just tells her, "Loosen up your shoulders and relax. And calm down and don't think." She goes, "What?" And then she's like, looking at Asta when he said that. And she's like about to freak out. And then he says, "Calm down. loosen up your shoulders and relax. Don't think you can hit the target. So she she does do what he says, and she hits the target. But every time she will use some magic in the every other part, it'll be like she'll have even still trouble with long range. It's only close range she can do it. She looks at him and she's about to ask him. He goes, "You have a pretty impressive magic power. It's just for some reason you don't have control over it. Hmm, maybe it's for some reason somebody did something to you." Then she starts freaking out. The whole entire magic goes out of control with the water. He kind of just jumps backwards, using his flames on his feet, and to the point where Yami's out, and he says, "If only we had someone that can negate it or burn it or just do something to it." And then he's like slides on the ground to back to Yami. He says, "Ah, perfect timing, kid." Then he goes, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah. Can you take care of that thing?" Asta just says, "Yeah, I can." Everyone else, like Vanessa, Charmy, the pervert guy, the girl that can, you know, transform herself into anything else, the Fenrir, and the poison magic user, they're going like, "What's wrong? What happened?" Then Asta just tells, "Man, Noel lost control over power, basically." So then he says, "I can take care of it." So he just runs and then jumps and then propels himself with his flames going up, and he just says, "Iron Fist of Dragon!" And he just punches the flames, and he punches the water with his flames, and it immediately just evaporates because he used the heat from the punch are the same as in Neil's because of the 2 year scene, basically. Because he unlocked the 2 years because of his determination, he broke through his limit. Yeah. So that happens. He catches Noelle. You know, he catches her, and he's just like hovering down. He just tells her, again, your magic's impressive. It doesn't matter if you don't have no control over it. It can always be worked on. And this place is kind of a bunch of misfits if you really think about it. So you're just a part of us. Like you're part of us. You're like family, too. Don't forget that. And she's kind of blushing, and then when she puts her down, she says thank you, and yeah. So that happens. Vanessa and everyone else does get the same thing. And that's where I'm ending this off. I hope everyone enjoys this. Have a good night, afternoon, wherever you are watching this. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and bye. Hope you guys have a nice day.